Storm Track 12, Tracking the Tropics coverage, is sponsored by Kellen Law Firm and Riverside Automotive Group.
Well, good afternoon, Storm Track 12 meteorologist Lesto with here. Want to give you a 1 o'clock update as far as the satellite picture is concerned. Not quite officially named Ophelia just yet, but it is starting to see some signs of that center starting to close off as this is starting to develop and intensify as it's making its way towards our coast. You'll notice, though, most of the heavy rainfall off to the northwest side of that low-level center, and we're starting to get some of that across Pamlico Sound and the coastal areas for us here this afternoon. We'll continue to see these bands coming inland in waves. Sometimes you'll get to these bands of steadier, heavier rainfall like we're seeing in Carteret County from Merriman. Watch out for some ponding of the roadways there, Highway 101 around Harlow, and that'll extend over towards Pine Knoll Shores as we go on through the morning into the afternoon hours here. All this has been shifting from the coastal to inland spots. Right now, 996 millibars is the pressure. That was as of 11 o'clock. We'll get a new update coming our way here at the top of the 2 o'clock hour, and the Hurricane Hunter aircraft will be flying into this here to give us some better recon data, but moving to the north at 12 miles an hour with wind speeds up to 50 miles per hour right now. So it will eventually get upgraded to Ophelia either at the 2 o'clock or maybe at the 5 o'clock advisory. Tropical storm warnings are in effect for us here in eastern North Carolina. Tracking the arrival time, you'll notice the wind field kind of spread out with this system here, but we do see that concentrated cone starting to develop again around that eye as we head on in through later on tonight, making landfall somewhere around Cape Lookout to say Indian Beach, Salter Path area early tomorrow morning. This is the same area that saw Ophelia in 2005 tear up parts of Carteret County, but this one's going to be moving off towards the north, and we should see those winds start to die down as we do head on in through the afternoon hours tomorrow. So we are going to be looking at the flood watch remains in effect for us here as a result of some heavy soaking rainfall that'll pour across the area. And there are the pockets of potentially 5, 6, 7 inches of rainfall, not out of the question, but on general 2 to about 3 inches of rainfall across the area. But now we also have to worry about that surge that we're going to be watching. Already that northeaster wind piling that water up on the western part of Pamlico Sound. That's going to start to go up the Pungo River, the Pamlico River, the Neuse River, the Bay River. So we do have those surge warnings in effect. In fact, these are some of the surges that we're looking at here north of New Bern along the Neuse River, potentially towards West Craven High School. Could be looking at the possibility of 3 or 4 feet of surge coming our way here. Taberna, back Bryce's Creek area, Riverbend, we'll be looking at some surge there. This is the highest area just to the northwest of Washington on the Tar-Pamlico River there as this tries to work its way down into the Sound. That's getting backed up. We're watching in the Pungo River and the Belhaven area as well in Beaufort County. And, of course, also some action here along the coastal areas in Onslow County. So that will continue to be with us here as we head overnight tonight and into the early morning hours tomorrow. Overnight tonight as well is that potential of strong to severe storms as that warmer air comes in off of the ocean. And there is a possibility for some isolated waterspouts or tornadoes, again, during the overnight hours. So make sure you have a way to stay weather aware, whether it's your NOAA weather radio or your Storm Track 12 mobile app to get alerted to that here. You can see those winds as right now continuing in that 15 to 20, some gusts to 30, 35 mile per hour range here. But those winds will start to ramp up as we do head on in through later on this afternoon and this evening. In fact, they will be strongest overnight tonight into the first part of tomorrow as that storm makes its approach towards the coast here. I think somewhere around sunrise, we'll watch it make landfall and then quickly move to the north. Now, we will get that flush with this storm system. What I mean is when the system goes by, the winds switch around, so the water that had been piled up on the western side of the Sound will now be pushed over to the eastern side of the Sound. No, Ocracoke, we're not going to see a surge like we saw with Dorian, but we'll probably see about a 2 to 3 foot storm surge coming our way as we do head on in through later Saturday going into Sunday, so just to be aware of that. As far as your weather alert days, that is today and tomorrow, and as we clear things out, we'll see drier weather in here for the early part of next week with below average temperatures coming our way. I'll be back again right before the 2 o'clock hour to take a look at that updated from the Hurricane Center as to whether we officially have a storm or not. Until then, you can follow us online and on social on all our different platforms as they just updated our forecast on there. And we now return you to regularly scheduled programming.
Storm Track 12, Tracking the Tropics coverage is sponsored by Kellum Law Firm and Riverside Automotive Group.